We see a federal judge, in more ways than one, rejects an effort by Manhattan District Attorney Alan Nutcase as Braggs to block a constitutional subpoena of a former prosecutor for that office who had worked on an investigation into the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Because we see here where the judge, Mary Kay, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to say her last name, ruled that she has no standing to block the subpoena, writing that the House Judiciary Committee has claimed to have legitimate legislative purpose for its inquiry. The committee and its Republican chairman, Jim Jordan, have aggressively, confront Braggs in the weeks since Trump was indicted on his bullshit fake ass charge in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? The Judiciary Committee said it is conducting its investigation in support of possible uh, uh, legislation that would, insulate current current and president from such political motivation, state and local prosecution. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. The sole question before the court at this time is whether Braggs has legal base to squash a congressional subpoena that was issued with a valid legislative purpose. In though he does not, you know what I'm saying, the judge, uh, Russell, or whatever, wrote in her decision Wednesday. See what I'm saying? I don't see why Alan Braggs is talking to subpoena, dummy. You're looking guilty. You know what I'm saying? And what you're running from, because when the other people that was trying to refuse the thing when you all had the January 6th, if that's the case, if that's the case, then we should make sure that Nancy Pelosi, you know what I'm saying, has to testify, and she should be subpoenaed herself as well. You know what I'm saying? Many of them, because when the others tried to block the subpoena, you made sure that the judges didn't let them get by. Now he wants to slide out of it and say that he don't have to come. He want to be seen because he's trying to do this and trying to do that. Get your fake ass over there and go to the court and do the testifying and get it over with. In our federalist system, elected state and federal actors sometimes engage in political dogfight. That's a vote. In her order, noting that Braggs is an in her order, noting that Braggs is an elected official. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So we can easily vote him out. You know what I'm saying? So people get ready for that, because we need to start voting some of these people out and replacing them, and not let the other ones come in with a singing and dancing a story like Mr. So-called Q Ball Adams. You know what I'm saying? And so on. And Kathy Oxley, we need to vote these demon Democrats out of office. You know what I'm saying? Because you are spoiling them, and this is why they're ramming you with no grease. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. But we see here where she said her order notes that Bragg is an elected official. Bragg complains of political interference in the local Johnny case. But Braggs does not operate outside of the political arena. Now get that straight, punk. You know what I'm saying? When we see courtroom sketch from, the hearing of Judge Mary, you know what I'm saying, in the case of Braggs and so forth, Jordan and so on. But Jordan, in turn, has intimidated a political has intimidated a political response to what he and some of his constituents view as a manifest abuse of power and a naked political persecution funded in part with federal money. that has the potential to interfere with the exercise of presidential duties, you know what I'm saying, and with an upcoming federal election, Vessel wrote, you know what I'm saying, the court does not endorse either side agenda. At the heart of the dispute is whether Mark, I think his name is Pomerantz, a former Manhattan prosecutor who wrote a memoir about his time leading the Trump investigation, gave up his privilege that protects him from divulging or divulging information about the investigation. Bragg's lawsuit accused Jim Jordan, the committee, of using the subpoena of Pomerantz to interfere in the prosecution and the investigation of Donald J. Trump. Braggs is lying. He's stalling. That nigga stalling. He's stalling. Get that nigga up in there. He needs to be. He's stalling. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? He's stalling. But we see another one coming in, and from coming in real hard here from CBS News, I guess again. I think it's CBS News coming in by David Martin, 14 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. But we see U.S. tracking more than 650 potential UFO, officials say. You know what I'm saying? That's good for them, but they're going to track what they want. But to me, sometimes they know more than spy machines from different countries. You know what I'm saying? But we see John F. Kennedy warns cities with woke race baiting mayors elected baiting mayors. Elect the clown, expect the circus. This is coming in by Heather Havlin one day ago, Washington Examiner. They'll say she always on it. Senator John Kennedy, a Republican of LA, of course, said it breaks my heart to see major cities lose order and admit crime surge that are sweeping the even Democrat rundown cities. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, because that's what they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? That's about their chaotic plan as to doing this and so on. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing to do with the demon Democrats in no shape or form. You know what I'm saying? It's just what you gotta understand. But what he's saying is, I guess I should be, philosophical, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, and say, the people elected these folks. So elect the clown and expect the circus. Now, I'm not agreeing with the even Democrat from LA, but I gotta agree with him on this point. Kennedy told Jesse Walters, you know what I'm saying, prime time, but it breaks my heart to see cities like Chicago, New York, and other major cities, you know what I'm saying, deteriorating because the mayors and the prosecutors think that cops are a bigger problem than the criminals. And he is right 100% in everything this man is saying. As a Republican, renewed a target focus on tracking rising crime. Kennedy also drew attention to the impact that the parental present can have on young people's lives, suggesting that many lawless youth have never felt the firm hand of a father or the love hand of the mother. Yeah, they just don't they just being influenced by the systematic vibe, like people like Soros. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he never had no love of a father nor a mother, but he damn sure had love of Baphomet and satanic worship. That I can say about his ass, because he know for well if he's saying anything to do with that. You know what I'm saying? He know that is systematically done through the system and the distribution of wealth, you know what I'm saying, that they starved out black people and many poor whites as well. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, filling their head with all kind of psychological bullshit back and forth, all kind of fake ass wars and schemes and underhand dirty fucking tricks and shit like that done by these things, you know what I'm saying? And when you look at it, you can tell even by those that have their big ass square table looking like there's some top official talking about Egypt didn't have no history. One thing that showed me seems like the Crusaders are still at work. You know what I'm saying? Trump, greatest hit, you know what I'm saying, of COVID misinformation are read out at the congressional hearing. You know what I'm saying? You know, as we see Florida Demon Democrat. How did I know? Representative Jared or whatever, uh, McCoskey, or whatever his name is, listed of a series of the President Donald J. Trump lies about COVID-19 during the House subcommittee hearing in, on the origin of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? The House Select Subcommittee on the COVID-19 pandemic convened on Tuesday to discuss the origin, with Republicans largely focusing on the likelihood that a lab leak, man, get the hell out of here. Nobody want to hear that garbage shit. Y'all trash. You know what I'm saying? I call yourself elected official and elected lawmakers. Trump News. Live GOP admits no illegality by Creep Biden despite Trump's rant about the crime family. You know what I'm saying? In movies and one, you know what I'm saying? It's covered in by John and Oliver O'Connor and Bowden 10 hours ago. John Bowden and Oliver O'Connor. You know what I'm saying? 10 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. Coming off the Independent, you know what I'm saying? But we see Donald Trump, President of the United States, has rallied against creepy ass Joe Biden's family and in a baseless new statement. You know what I'm saying? What Congressman James Comer and Jim Jordan have revealed about the creepy Joe Biden family would be, you know what I'm saying, there would be Watergate time 10 if the news was revealed 10 years ago. Yes, it would be. Yes, it would be the same Watergate scandal that they were doing with Richard Nixon when people didn't agree with them, they had them plumbed. Get out of here. Yes, he is right. I don't even need to go down the road. Like Trump is right. But you see, James Comer gives less than airtight response when, you know what I'm saying, as if the Biden creepy committed crimes. We found a lot, you know what I'm saying, as we see, you know what I'm saying, just coming in off the immediate Michael Lucinio, I think his name, one day ago of the media, you know what I'm saying, and he said, yeah, we found a lot. Should be, you know, that should be illegal, you know what I'm saying? But we see James Comer, Kentucky, who chairs the House Oversight Committee investigating the Biden family business dealings, said his panel has found a lot that should be illegal. During its investigation, Comer pledged in November that when he becomes the chair investigating the family of creepy Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying, would be his top priority. And I hope he surely do, because I need to know a lot. You know what I'm saying? Progressive activists would be goons in embracing mob rules. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. It's coming in off the Post editorial board 5 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. Coming off the Post editorial board. New York Post. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, editorial board. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Well, we see progressive activists are would-be goons embracing mob rules. You know what I'm saying? The Post acquires a tape of the April 11 virtual meeting called by House Justice for all to brainstorm passage of good cause evidence statewide rent control bill. You know what I'm saying? In its rep, you know what I'm saying, from the local New York Citizens Action, the Demon Democrat Social list of America made the road and Communist Party U.S. housing suggests everything up to trashing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Redecorating the office of legislators who resist. You know what I'm saying? Another low light, you know what I'm saying, talk of smashing trash can at the home of an advocate on the other side. Lest anyone think that we just blowing off steam, the DSA member Andrew Hiller, you know what I'm saying, and others recall a favorite moment holding real estate boards, you know what I'm saying, and New York President Jim Wellen, you know what I'm saying. So we caught him eating lunch by himself, and we got a crowd of 50 people to light, you know, start chanting shame. And we walked past him. He likely literally booed him all the way down the hall and Albany, all the way down the hall in Albany, and he went like hid behind security. So that was a real good moment. We need to do something about these clowns that you elected in our government, and we won't have this at all. When we see the FDA and the CDC change COVID recent recommendations. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We see the AOC campaign, you know what I'm saying, with her retarded ass, absurd thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying, obscured. She campaign obscured the AOC, not Case Cortez, campaign obscured thousands of dollars in expenditures. You know what I'm saying? The FEC claims. So we see Alexandria North-Case as jackass Cortez that they need to be kicked out of our government with a Luciferian behind. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one campaign obscured thousands of dollars in expenditures during the 2022 election cycle. And a non-for-profit alleged in a recent Federal Election Commission complaint. According to the complaint, filed by attorney Dan Baker, on the behalf of the Coolidge Reagan Reagan Foundation, the New York Demon Democrat failed to disclose where around 9,600 in credit card payments unfortunately wound up you know what I'm saying, the Daily Caller New York Foundation first reported. You can't, you know what I'm saying, she's a crook just like the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? State Department missed subpoena deadline to provide Afghanistan cable, you know what I'm saying, to House GOP. Oh yeah, they're gonna put all kinds of stuff in order to block anything that would show the truest garbage of the demon Democrats and the garbage that they do. And they would definitely not give up any subpoena in no shape or form. But we see the State Department on Wednesday about, you know what I'm saying, violating the congressional Republican subpoena to hand over a sensitive diplomatic cable about the U.S. exit from Afghanistan, but yet still you did it to just play trauma hand over everything and say you had documents and all kinds of shit and this and the third, and this clown ass sucker sitting up there looking like he's stuck in Jones, you know what I'm saying, and these demon Democrats can sit there and refuse to give up information just the same way they figure, you know what I'm saying, they will get caught, you know what I'm saying, but the subpoena was issued late last month. Now this is a subpoena, you know what I'm saying, this is not the stealing documents from the White House like you claim Trump did. This is a subpoena of legality, you know what I'm saying. The subpoena was issued late last month by the chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Representative Michael McCall, you know what I'm saying, Republican, and is part of the Republican effort to investigate the previous Joe Biden administration over the chaotic and deadly pullout of Afghanistan. But they refusing to give up the documents, so that tells you right there they're sticking behind some form of, truth to the American people that they think they have, while they sit here and refuse to cooperate with the subpoenas. You know what I'm saying? And the subpoenas is legal, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because if you said that Trump, them, and Nancy Pelosi, jackass, idiot Nancy Pelosi can sit up here and form a committee with a fake ass January 6 bullshit committee you had of doing idiots, you know what I'm saying? You definitely can answer the subpoenas of the Republicans and Jim Jordan investigate the situation. Manhattan DA Alan Bragg's no case of demands info regarding possible conflict of interest between Trump's lawyer Joseph and so forth, who gives a flying for. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting up there trying to block anything that's coming out there. He is behind. We see a homeless person sleeping on uh, busy 5 subway train Lexington Avenue Express in Manhattan, and you need to do something and go over there and help that person out. You know what I'm saying? Get him off of the train and get him some legitimate place where he should be. You know what I'm saying? The Supreme Court sides with New Jersey in the dispute with New York. You know what I'm saying? As we see, you know what I'm saying? We see creepy Joe Biden expansion of healthcare assets for migrants spark controversy. Oh yeah, he's going to do this stupid shit because I'm telling you what he's doing. He's going to try to legitimize giving them all this stuff so they can vote for them and keep the demon Democrats in power for the next 100 years. While the demon Democrats use every possible Luciferian blood-sucking communist or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, whatever, they mixed up people and do this garbage shit to us and create a new world order, his old washed up wrinkled butt and with his big ass head. Look at that forehead on that man. That man look like an alien. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But we see Creep Joe Biden announce on Thursday that hundreds of thousands of migrants, you know what I'm saying, brought to the U.S. Illegally as children will be able to apply for medical and affordable care act help. The action all allows participants in the Obama era. Therefore, see the Obama era. Notice that came up. Notice that key word. In the Obama era, deferred action for childhood arrivals, DACA program to assess government funds, health insurance, and programs. We're not talking about these people don't deserve good health care or health program. We're talking about the trickery in the game in which they brought these kids and told them they could, and they pumped up all this, but yet still you said it was Trump. You know what I'm saying? We're not done fighting for their pathway to citizenship. Yeah, a whole country, the whole of South America, yeah, you're crazy behind. But we're getting them the opportunities they deserve in the meantime. See the talk? You see the wordplay and talk? And then they're gonna embrace them like Demon Democrat Ocasio Cortez, and they're gonna embrace, and then before you know it, our government gonna switch. Right in front of white people's face, we continue to talk about a nigger. You need to wake up. I'm saying? You keep on playing around. Mm-hmm. Darnold grills Pete Biden's Secretary Commissioner on steel de jure payments. Oh yeah, Mr. Darnold needs to steal on his neck. Get on his neck, Mr. Darnold, on them payments with his crooked behind. You know what I'm saying? With his crooked behind. You know what I'm saying? We see New York City Home proudly supports Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, admitted 34 counts of, yeah, we still support him. We don't want to hear that piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? We see IRS whistleblower alleged cover up of Hunter Biden's tax evasion in bombshell letter to Congress. Oh, yeah, he did that, but talking about Donald J. Trump. See how we keep on going? We see judge denies Bragg's efforts to block House GOP in a GOP subpoena in Trump's case. Yeah, but dropping things behind. You know what I'm saying? We see the Mont Blanc, Mano Balan, Mon- Moderna, Moderna, and Pfizer, BioNTech COVID vaccines are no longer authorized for use in the U.S. Okay, thousands. Okay. Oh yeah. We see Manchin is back. You know what I'm saying? Overturning Joe Biden's auto admission proposal, lying to the American people. Get him, Mr. Manchin. Stick it to him. You know what I'm saying? We see lottery winners, you know what I'm saying, who picked up 5 million prize with housewife housewife and girlfriend left, you know what I'm saying? You know, left penniless, left penniless, but there were more twists to come. That's their business, not ours. U.S. untold story of what happened to the Native Americans after meeting, you know what I'm saying, the Polynesians. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? After meeting the Polynesians, you know what I'm saying? The untold story, you know what I'm saying, coming in by Sharima Smukata, you know what I'm saying? The untold story of what happened to the Native Americans after meeting the Polynesians is a frustrating chapter in the history of culture exchange and human migration, while much of the history of the Native Americans and Polynesians remain spe- uh, spectacular, speculative. I'm sorry, I couldn't see the word. You know what I'm saying? Remains specular, blah, speculative due to limit. I was reading that limit of historical records, recently research and archaeological findings shed light on possible interactions and their impact on both cultures. You know what I'm saying? As we see why Trump interest in buying Greenland sends shockwave across the world. I wonder why. You know what I'm saying?